Hi, Andy Biggs here from Arizona's 5th Congressional District. I recently reintroduced legislation called the Nullify, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration Act of 2019. It's for this session, and you might be aware that the Occupational Safety and Health Administration Act was passed in 1970 under the Nixon administration, and the Nullify Occupational Safety and Health Administration Act has been around since 2021. And I started that bill in 2021 because the Biden administration, during COVID, imposed an unconstitutional standard of requiring private businesses to require of their employees a vaccine. So he imposed a vaccine mandate on private employers, and he did that and used the Federal Occupational Safety and Health Administration to do that. Turns out the Supreme Court said that's unconstitutional, which is what some of us were saying at the time. Now, I get it. I have constitutional concerns about the federal regulation of private workplaces. I think most Americans who read the Constitution also have those similar questions. And in 22 states, the federal regulation of private workplace safety has already been granted. Arizona is one of those states. So we've been approved to regulate our workplace safety standards at the state level. That's from the federal government, and we first received that approval in 1985. But Arizona has consistently maintained higher safety standards than the federal government. Yet when Arizona refused to bend to the unconstitutional COVID-19 vaccine mandate, Biden's OSHA retaliated, threatening to revoke Arizona's ability to operate under its own state plan. Even the United States Supreme Court struck that down. It's not the first time that OSHA threatened Arizona with revocation, and it won't be the last. And Arizona is not the only state. The federal OSHA has meddled in every state, and even in states that have higher occupational safety health standards, like Arizona does, we are always subject to federal meddling that in some cases, and frankly in most cases, is unconstitutional. In the final months of the Biden administration, OSHA proposed establishing a one-size-fits-all heat rule, for instance. This would have placed new federal regulations and penalties on outdoor work when temperatures hit 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I want you to understand what that means. Today is February 4th, 2025. The high in Phoenix is going to be 84 degrees. That means what we consider to be a pleasant day to be working outside, playing outside, and just moving around outside would have special regulations imposed upon us by OSHA. That is the one-size-fits-all mandate when you allow a federal government bureaucracy to control your occupational safety health standards. It makes no sense to set a uniform national standard for heat. Phoenix experiences more than 200 days a year above 80 degrees, while states like New Hampshire and the Northeast experience only 9 days on average. State and local officials and employers have more experience with temperature-related solutions, and we are better equipped to ensure safe, practical working conditions on the ground. I'm confident that the Trump administration won't proceed with OSHA's misguided effort, and that will allow Arizonans to decide for ourselves how best to manage workplace safety in the Arizona heat. In the spirit of President Trump's efforts to reduce the size and scope of government, and in recognition that the 10th Amendment to the Constitution reserves to the states and the people powers not delegated to the federal government, and further recognizing that there is no authority in the current Constitution for the existence of the federal OSHA, I urge my colleagues to consider returning these powers to the states. And that's why I've introduced OSHA. Thank you.